Welcome everyone to our special vigil here in solidarity with the government and people of Sri Lanka on the recent massacre that happened on Sunday while they were worshipping. More than 321 lives were snuffed out and more than 500 people were injured. Our hearts go out to the government and people of Sri Lanka. And we, from the Interfaith Council for Community Development, we are here once again, as we were here for the Pittsburgh incident, as we were here for the incident that happened in New Zealand, and of course we are here once again for this event that happened in Sri Lanka. And we do sincerely hope and trust from the inner recesses of our hearts that this will be the final one and we don't ever have to come back here in front of Queensborough Hall for an event of this nature.
Yes.
First of all, let's commence our program with a universal prayer as we ponder, think and reflect how lucky and fortunate we are that we are breathing the beautiful air in New York City, unlike those lives that were snuffed out. In the name of God, the compassionate and the merciful, praise be to God, Lord of all the worlds, the compassionate, the merciful, ruler of the day of reckoning. You alone do we worship, and you alone do we ask for help. Guide us on the straight path, the path of those whom have received your grace, not the path of those whom have brought down wrath, nor of those whom wander astray. Our Lord, punish us not if we forget or fall into error. Our Lord, lay not on us a burden like that which thou didst lay on those before us. Our Lord, put not on us a burden greater than we have the strength to bear. Pardon us and grant us forgiveness. Have mercy on us. Our Lord, grant us good in this world and good in the hereafter, and save us from the chastisement of the fire. We pray for our mothers and fathers as they took care of us in our childhood. Our Lord, kindly accept this humble supplication from us. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please let it be so. Accept our supplication. At this time, the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's all recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We are very saddened to be here this afternoon on the steps of Borough Hall once again. I never expected to come back. And my last statement when we had the New Zealand rally and vigil here, I made that statement. I hope that's the last one. But it wasn't so. Destiny decided otherwise. And we are here once again in solidarity for our brothers and sisters and the government and people of Sri Lanka, where more than 321 lives have been snuffed out, and some of them in the very prime of their lives. 500 injured, and we don't know if they're maimed or how many will come out there walking on their legs. We don't know. But our prayers are with them that they'll be healed and come out there and enjoy their lives like how we are enjoying our lives here in New York City. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, we have many leaders around here, and I want to move on with our program here this afternoon, and we'll be calling a few leaders to come up here and address us, and they'll be very brief. They're all experienced, and they know at this time we don't need long speeches, but short, profound statements condemning what has happened in Sri Lanka. In Colombo, these are the cities affected: Colombo, Negombo, Batikola, and also the 3 hotels: Shangri-La, the Kingsbury, the Cinnamon Brand, and Tropical Inn, besides the places of worship where people were staying. And amongst in the hotels, we had Americans who were staying there, and some of them perished. I think so far the tally is 4. Our hearts goes out to our brothers and sisters in America who suffered at this atrocious crime that happened. The church is affected and we're targeted. St. Anthony's Shrine, St. Sebastian Church, the Zion Church, and all of this happened and was well coordinated. Are we a part of this? Absolutely no. Are they connected? Religion blames the first thing. But let us disassociate ourselves from what has happened. No religion absolutely preaches hate or killing. But this is the way they operate, and they try to blame religion. And sometimes they use the word revenge and retaliation. These are words that we should be staying away from. Let's move on and call a few speakers to the podium here. First of all, representing the Buddhist community. And remember, we are Interfaith Council for Community Development. We have many people coming out our programs. And I should tell you this and share this with you. All the activities that we've been running this year we had, and I think this is the 5th activity by April here. We had the Black History Month in February. We had the occasion of Padua at the library. We also had Women's History Month in February. We had the New Zealand Rally and Vigil here. And here we are again for this event. Last year I didn't come to those events. So that's the purpose and the aims and objectives of Interfaith Council for Community Development, to create an awareness of all the faiths. And we have many other programs planned for this year. We'll keep you posted as we go along. From the World Buddhist Federation, we'd like to welcome the chairman, Ratan K. Lama, now to address us.
Thank you, Chair. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to pray with God Buddha. We lost the Sri Lanka peoples, then I was come to here today. Then everybody is same. We are going to peace. I'm God Buddhist. I want to pray with God Buddha. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Ratan K. Lama from the World Buddhist Federation, and he is the chairman, and he's got a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders as he represents his community. We have our beloved brother, Mohammed Rashid. He's also a member of the ICCD Interfaith Council for Community Development, and he represents many organizations in Queens here, and he's a community activist. We'd like to call him. He was here for our last event, and let's call him once again to address us to the podium, Brother Mohammed Rashid.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Good evening. When such an incident happened anywhere in the world ceased, minds stopped, hearts bleeds. People could not find any words to see or say such kind of atrocities anywhere in the world. I do not know what to say today. I do not know what to say to my elders, and I do not know what to say to my youngers. I do not know what to say to my next generation. I do not know why such thing happens, but it happens, and when it happens, we become more stronger, we become more confident, and we say we are becoming more better and better persons. The month of Ramadan is just knocking the door, the month of peace, the month of patience. I pray for all of you as I hang my head with shame that sanity prevailed. We started to care and share, and we started to feel with each other. We are all human beings. May the good things prevail and the wickedness disappear. Amen.
Thank you very much, Brother Mohammed Rashid, community activist. And one great thing about him, he works with all the organizations, you name it, the Afghanistan community, the Nepalese community, the Guyanese community, Interfaith Council, and it's great to have them coming out here, and it shows their concern because they are present here for this event, and that's greatly appreciated by all of us here and the Interfaith Council for Community Development. We have another brother who's all around doing a lot of community work. I have known him for many, many years. He was the past president for New York Muslim Center, Brother Salim Syed, to come and address us here. He's from India.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessing be upon you. We stand here today in solidarity with our Christian brothers and sisters in Sri Lanka. We condemn this terrorist attack on the sacred day of Easter. We mourn with the people of Sri Lanka in the wake of these heinous anti-Christian attack and condemn those responsible for this senseless, targeted violence. Religious hatred, bigotry, and murder have no place in our global community. We support the right of people of all faiths to freely practice their religion in peace. Our condolences goes to their families and the loved ones. Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks very much. That's Brother Salim Syed, past president of New York Muslim Center, but he's still active in many communities across here. New York, busy around. I go all around, I meet him. You know, when you move around in different areas, then you see the same faces. They pop up there, and you know that they are doing work. Right at the end of this line on my right, we have the Imam for Masjid Ar-Rahman, a community activist coming all the way from Guyana for years. We know him. He's been doing work, and it's always a pleasure to have him. Let's call him up now. Imam Ahmad Hamid, who is the Imam for Masjid Ar-Rahman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Greetings, everyone. Terrorism in any form must be condemned to the highest. I wish if there were laws that will make such people, when they are found guilty, to give them the capital punishment. Those who died, only their families will know the tragedy, the loss. We in this part of the world should always give ourselves a faith. I tend to disagree because of the conditions in the world. Other incidents like this might happen. Because in the world there are people who are not right in their mind. They always think about violence, and for them violence is the only answer. On our part, we should condemn it and use whatever powers at our disposal to ensure that it doesn't happen again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's Imam Ahmad Hamid, the Imam for Masjid Ar-Rahman, and that's in Queensville. As a matter of fact, this morning we attended the Ramadan conference in Police Plaza, and I see a lot of faces there who were present. We were all across there, and the topic they dealt with this morning was safety and security against the backdrop of what's happening in the world today. And it was so edifying, and it was one of the best presentations that we attended at Police Plaza. Imam was also there. Thank you very much, Imam, for your condolences there and making that old statement. Thank you very much. Let's move on, and we have right to my side here, he was there when we had the New Zealand vigil, and we like to call him Pastor Emmanuel. Pastor Emmanuel?
Thank you. I think the Interfaith Council, once again, for being here today is not a good time, and we are continue facing many challenges. On behalf of the National Action Network, we have our chapter. I'm the chairperson for Nassau County and Suffolk County. Our deepest condolences to those who are victims back in Sri Lanka. We want to let them know that we will not allow fear to stop us to hear our voice and going forward. And also this morning, I had the privilege to speak to one of the family members that's almost got killed over there in that country that happened to be at the hotel. They left the hotel like an hour before they attacked the bomb. So let's continue to pray for our sisters and brothers, no matter what our faith, our nationality, our color, our skin. At the end of the day, we are children of God. We have one birth certificate. So let's continue to pray for them and continue to hear our voice and bring those who are responsible to justice. And we will not give up until justice is served. Those who lost their life We cannot bring them back, but justice must be served and execute those who are responsible for the justice.
Thank you, Pastor Emmanuel, always supportive in coming out to our events. Greatly appreciated that you're here in solidarity with the government and people of Sri Lanka. Let's move on, and as we move down, you have the Bosnian community is represented here, and they've been very generous to the Interfaith Council for Community Development, and that's the president, Brother Ismail Sardanovic. He went through this, and that's way back in the 90s. But they came over here. Did they retaliate? No. They came in New York City and made a name for themselves. And right now the Bosnian community is one of the most flourishing communities way out in Long Island City and Astoria, in Richmond Hill now, and way up in Monticello. You have to see the amount of things they have done after they left Bosnia, their beloved Bosnia, the country they love so much. They were persecuted, but did they retaliate or call for revenge? No. And it's amazing when you go out in that community, in those areas, you're amazed in just 20, 25 years what they have accomplished. They have contributed to this country, the United States of America. Let's bring President Ismail Sardanovic.
Peace be upon you. It's a very sad day to lose one human, to kill for no reason, and especially kill in the name of the religion. Terrorism has no religion. Whoever kill anybody, he's not human. He's not deserved to live, and he should be punished in this world, but God will punish him with hellfire in the hereafter. We all believe in that. I'm coming from a country that the 90s have suffered genocide. 300,000 Muslims have been killed and prosecuted for no reason. I'm proud to say where the Muslims in Bosnia lives, there was not a single church demolished or destroyed, because that's what our faith teaches. We are Muslim, and we have to live together with everybody. And New York, it's the best example for that. May God bless all of good people. We are all brothers in humanity, and as long as we come here and greet each other with peace and help people who suffer in Sri Lanka, God will help us. May God bless you all, and people who done this, they have not done in anybody's name except evil, and evil should be called evil. Thank you very much, and God bless those who die and grant them paradise. Amen.
Thank you very much. The president for the Bosnian community, Bosnian Muslim Center, Brother Ismail Sardanovic. And thank you very much for coming out here. He was there at Police Plaza also this morning, all for safety and security. So we'll know exactly, and this is all based for Ramadan coming up, what leaders and imams and masjids should be doing for Ramadan to protect yourselves. We have to make the effort. NYPD, the people in blue, they can only do that much. We have to take that initiative to be very vigilant during the month of Ramadan. The onus and the responsibility rests on the shoulders of the imams, the presidents, and the executives. So it's a big task this Ramadan. Coming on to the right, we have the Imam Sheikh for Masjid Al-Abidin. He's also a multi-faith chaplain. Imam Sheikh Safraz Bacchus to address us.
Greetings to all of you. Well, we are here once again to voice our concern and to offer prayers and show solidarity for the people of Sri Lanka. Again, we witness yet another violent and barbaric attack. I woke up and I heard this news. I was quite disgusted and upset, simply because over 300 persons lost their lives and 500 injured. And I feel very upset simply because my religion, I felt it was hijacked. My faith teaches me to love and to disseminate peace and be peaceful. My faith tells me when you take a life, it is as if you take the life of the entire humankind. My faith teaches me the similar teachings of Jesus. Blessed are the peacemakers, and not blessed are the warmongers. And therefore, I appeal to each and every one of you, brothers and sisters, when we see acts of violence of this nature, that we should come out and hold hands and voice our concern and say no to hate. There is no place for hate in the world in which we live in. When a person, for example, commits an act of terrorism under the religion of Islam or Christianity or Judaism or any other faith, that they do not really represent that faith. The only faith that they represent is that of hate. And therefore, the only thing that could basically stand against hate is the dissemination of love through our actions and words. It is with our deepest sympathy, we pray that God Almighty will console the hearts of the bereaved and the people of Sri Lanka. I pray that God Almighty will able to remove every impediment from our path and remove every hardship our way. And this can only happen through working together. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Imam and Sheikh Safraz Bacchus from Masjid Al-Abidin, also a multi-faith chaplain. He was also present at the police plaza this morning. All the leaders turned up there, and this is highly commendable because they take this very serious, the threat very serious, and they have a congregation to relate back to. Greatly appreciated for taking the time out, and the entirety is, we are into the evening right now. Let me call now, right left to me here, from the Pakistan Advocacy Group, we have Brother Ali Rashid, who came to all our events, including the last one for New Zealand. Let's welcome him to the podium. Brother Ali Rashid.
Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, namaste. Today, we stand here in peace to condemn this heinous act that was done by people in Sri Lanka. We just went through this about just recently in New Zealand. So I just want to make sure there's a lot of faith leaders here that our community, our people stand with all the people who suffer in Sri Lanka and everywhere part of the world. We are basically preaching peace. There should be no terrorism in the world, and terrorism has no place. I basically tell all these interfaith leaders to stay united, and stay united. That's the only way we could tackle this hate. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. That's Ali Rashid from the Pakistan Advocacy Group. Thank you very much for coming out. We have, right to my right here, we have journalist, Dr. Dan Paul Narang, who is connected with the Sri Trimurti Bhavan and doing a lot of community work. And of course, he'll be here to represent the Hindu community. So let's call Dr. Dan Paul Narang to the podium.
Thank you very much. Namaste, shalom, assalamu alaikum. Now, I come from a country called Guyana. And in Guyana, we have problems. So we've never ever had any religious problems in Guyana. All the races have lived peacefully next to each other. So when we come to New York City and we learn and we hear about these atrocities, it really makes us sad. And on behalf of the Hindu community, and in Hinduism, as you know, every life is sacred and precious, as it is in other religions as well. So on behalf of the Hindu community and my temple, the Trimurti Temple, we bring all our condolences to the peoples of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a diverse country, as is New York City, very diverse populations. And we feel their pain. And we're calling on all the peacemongers, the peacemakers here, the religious community, to go back to your respective houses of worship and to get the message of peace and tolerance and mutual respect out there. Because it is through peace and tolerance and respect for each other that we will make our planet a very safe and peaceful place. I'd like to thank finally the Interfaith Council for doing great work, for bringing us all here together. And we hope we don't have to come back here under such circumstances, that when we come back, it is going to be in a much happier note. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dan Paul Narayan from the Sri Chumurti Bhavan. But he does a lot of community work out there, and we applaud him for that. And thanks very much for coming out here and representing the Hindu community this afternoon. At this time, as the program goes on, I just want to recognize all the members of the ICCD, people who have been working with. We have James Bonaparte at the back here with a hat on right next to Ismail. He's part of Interfaith Council for Community Development. Sister Pina Angelini, she has a home care on Liberty Avenue. We have Brother Mohammed Salim right on my right here, also with Interfaith Council for Community Development. Brother Asim Dean at the back. One time he was running for mayor. Very active brother out there. Thank you for coming out. We have Sister Nazmon Pritipal, the Secretary for Interfaith Council for Community Development. So we all work as a team. It's not about I or me. It's about us. We also have, I've got her, got to remember everybody, Sister Hack. Sister Hack, Nazra Hack is here also. She is part of Interfaith. And right behind we have the founder and past president for Interfaith Council for Community Development, Dr. Mohammed Hack. Okay, so let's move on. Right next to Dan Paul, we have Sister Andrea Ogle, an attorney at law. So we'll call her to the podium. She has attended many of our events, so she has her time at the podium. Sister Andrea Ogle, always prepared, I know that.
Good evening, everyone. Let's take a moment of silence just to remember those who have passed away. Let us not forget that we are all members of one race, the human race, and our God has always taught us to love, respect, and be compassionate to each and every one of His children. Anyone who commits an act in the name of a religion that causes death or destruction is an act of cowardice. And they're hiding behind the mask of something that they don't really stand up for or believe in. At this time, we would like to express our condolences to the friends, families, and members who have suffered a loss in Sri Lanka and to the community of Sri Lanka, to let them know that they're in our thoughts and our prayers, and that we hope that we never have to experience another tragic event under the guise or misguise of the mistaken belief of religion. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Attorney at Law Andrea Ogle, for her presentation here. We next have, and he's waiting patiently here, Pastor John Kong from the Family Federation for World Peace, and we need a lot of that today.
Thank you very much. Greetings, everyone. I join all of you in condemning the atrocious massacre, and we'll also send our condolences and prayers to the victims and their families. Prayers have already been said, so I won't say another one, but that should suffice. I want to introduce myself. My name is John Kong, and I represent the Family Federation for World Peace. Now, we're not Christian, we're not Hindu, we're not Jew, we're not Muslim, but yet we're all of them, because we're a family of God. So in that sense, we are one. Sometimes labels separates us. So we call ourselves a family of God. Now I commend all of you in coming together in solidarity and support of the victim, the country, and the family, and all the people that's grieving for them. It is said that for evil to triumph, good men remain silent. We cannot remain silent. We are here today to say, you evildoers and those who plan to do evil, your days are ended, not numbered, they're over. Because we're going to bombard you with appealing to your conscience. We're going to pray to God. We're going to believe in the power of prayer. We're going to marshal all the spiritual power that there is, the good spirits around us, to help you change your mind so that you'll be doing good. And if you don't change, why, God's going to change your children's mind. How about that? So that the future will be bright. Brothers and sisters, we have been calling ourselves brothers and sisters, and I think it's good. However, it has not really helped so much. I think what we need today is not just brother and sister ideology, but parents' ideology. In other words, God is a father, is a mother. God is a parent. If we can have that kind of theology, philosophy, that we are parents to each other, then how different that will be. So I leave you today with some invitation, because this peace, maybe you can take one, pass them out. Peace is very substantial, very complicated. It takes a lot more education. So I hope you can come to our symposium. And for final word, I just want to say, we recommend our government, Donald Trump, and all the governments in the world to support and help what's happening in Sri Lanka. And also, we want to you to come to our symposium. And what is the motto for my church, my denomination? As I say, it's not particular. We have all faith involved. My pastor is Mrs. Moon, the mother, the wife of Reverend Samya Moon, the late Reverend Samya Moon. And her word is, peace starts with me. All right? For peace to really be accomplished, it has to start with me and go out to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pastor John Kang from the Family Federation of World Peace, and he's the 75th generation from Confucius. Yes, that's good. We have, let me bring up now, we like to call our brother from the Ahmadi movement. He's here, Brother Ghafoor. 1 minute to the podium. Since he doesn't want to talk, but I must call him up. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. On the behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, we condemn this act, whatever he has done, and there is no room of these things. In Holy Quran says, if you kill one person, you kill the whole humanity. So I really appreciate Interfaith Council, what you are doing for the humanity and for the solidarity. And thank you very much one more time. God bless you. I hope we'll work together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Brother Ghafoor from the Ahmadi movement. Somnath Gimri, President of the Nepali American Community of Queens. Can you come forward? Somnath Gimri.
Thank you, Interfaith, for giving this opportunity to give our heartfelt condolences to those who died in the horrific, heinous attack by the terrorists in Sri Lanka. And we already, from the Nepali government, already by our Prime Minister, they already condemned this act. And we all, brothers and sisters around the world, work for peace in our country. As we all know, that 163 different countries of the world signed in peace accord with Nepal. And we are always for peace and love. And we hate the terrorist act no matter what, in any corner of the world. Thank you. Let all of us live in peace and love.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much, Somnath Gimri, President from the Nepali American Community of Queens. Thanks very much for coming out here this afternoon. And let's have Dr. Mohammed Haq. You know, he is the founder of this organization, Interfaith Council for Community Development, past president, and now it's all on my shoulders now, and it's a lot of work. Trust me, when you're dealing with interfaith, if you're dealing with one faith, no problems, absolutely. But when you're doing multi-faiths, it becomes complicated, right? And you must have the knowledge and the tact and the ability to know how to navigate, so to speak, right? When we're dealing with many faiths as such. So let's welcome, and he's wearing a cap today to represent the borough president, Melinda Katz, Dr. Mohammed Haq.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. And welcome to all of you here. It is a sad moment, and we hope that we do not have to live with another moment like this. Thank you for being here as we come together. And this is a message directly from the borough president. I'm here representing her. She could not have been here. Thank you for being here as we come together yet again so soon on these steps here in the world's borough to mourn the loss of innocent lives and stand united against hate and terror. Before I begin, let me thank the Interfaith Council for Community Development for bringing everyone together today to denounce bigotry, hate, and discrimination in all forms. Director of ICCD include Arsalan Mohammed, President, Pastor Matthew Singh, First Vice President, Bina Anjali, Second Vice President, and of course, all his other board members and committee members. Borough President Melinda Katz and the entire borough of Queens of 2.4 million people stand united against the hate and terror wrecked across churches and hotels in Sri Lanka this week. We grieve in solidarity with Sri Lanka, the 321 innocent souls taken too soon, and 500 plus recovering from injuries, and their families and loved ones around the world. Whether it's New Zealand, Pittsburgh, Charlottesville, Charleston, across all faiths and backgrounds, we stand together against hate and against any form of terror. We stand today together in solidarity as one. In times of such darkness, may our unity light the way. May we stay connected, stay united. And as you know, we are in a borough of 190 countries, 200 languages, and we all live side by side. And our safety should never be compromised. I ask that everyone take a proactive approach. Be proactive. Do not wait to be reactive. There's no place for that. I want to thank our NYPD men and women in blue who are doing a fantastic job. As the Commissioner reiterated, that they will be there at all times. But it takes some act on our part as leaders. We have to work closely with them. As community, we have to work closely with them. You see something, say something. And they are here as your support. So thank you very much. And we are really saddened, and our grief and heart-stricken feeling it's very sad today. It's happening too much and too often. And the time has come when all of us have to be on our guard, watch over our shoulders, and take active precaution. Thank you very much, and good evening. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed Hack, representing Queensborough President Melinda Katz this afternoon, founder and past president for the Interfaith Council for Community Development. At this time, on behalf of all the members for the Interfaith Council for Community Development, we'd like to thank all of you for making that special effort, taking that time out to be here, because you represent your community, and it shows that you're interested in your community. We want to thank you very much. We want to thank the DCAS for making the space available. We had to make application for this space. It doesn't happen by accident. And when this incident happened on Sunday, I jumped on it right away as Interfaith, sent in the application. Sunday they don't work. Yesterday morning it was approved, and that's the reason why we have it today. We could have held it back 1 week, 2 weeks, but we have to hit it immediately. You don't wait for 1 week or 2 weeks, and that's the reason why we had it today. So thank you very much for coming out. I want to thank all the members from ICCD who are present here. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll move on. And we have many other great plans coming out. The next event is here in the month of Ramadan. It will be right outside here, right? Nothing to do with Borough Hall. This will be ICCD event. We will be breaking fast out here and dinner on Thursday, May 16th, right? Outside here. Never happened before. So we're going into new pastures. Interfaith Council for Community Development. And this is going to be a public event where we welcome everybody to come across here and break fast with us and dinner with us. It's Thursday, May 16 from 6:30. That's already been approved by the for ICCD here. Nothing to do with Borough Hall. They have their own event. Okay, the Borough President, you're all invited to. Make a note in your calendars. Borough Hall, that's inside, and they have it every year. That's on May 9th. Tuesday, May 9th for the iftar inside. That's the Borough Hall iftar. ICCD Interfaith Council is outside here in the public. We want to create the awareness with the general public about breaking the fast. So if there is any myths of breaking the fast, then we will share that and share dinner with them. So you're all invited to be out here on Thursday, May 16th. That's outside here for ICCD. Inside, don't get confused, all right? Inside is on Tuesday, May 9th, Borough Hall, inshallah, God willing, okay? So those are some of the events, and once you sign in, we have your emails and phone numbers. We'll keep you posted with all your other events as we progress for Interfaith Council for Community Development. Once again, on behalf of everybody, thank you very much for being here, in patiently waiting and coming out and support our vigil here in solidarity with the government and the people of Sri Lanka in the loss of lives, 321 and still counting, they say, and more than 500 injured. Thank you once again for coming out.